Yeah, it, you'll forgive me, but I thought it was pretty much of a throughput exercise that we were having pilots walk in, many of whom just wanted to fly the simulator like a video game. And I didn't get the impression that there was a whole lot of learning, teaching, instruction going on. And that, not that it was an unpleasant experience, but I didn't think it had reached near the potential or the capability it had to really explore with pilots what they needed to learn, what they needed to work on in terms of proficiency, and how these very seasoned instructors could help them to do that. So,
Right.
in other words, my impression was that it wasn't kind of an awakening, that it wasn't an opportunity to sort of think about things they hadn't thought before.
And and ideally in your mind, if you were going to have an awakening, as you say, what would you hope that awakening would be?
That they would identify the areas where they should go home and work on their proficiency. Now, some of them even, it was obvious they weren't even current. And I think they were coming into the sim to sort of say, well, maybe I can get back to flying, and maybe this is a good way to start. But so there were some that weren't even current, and there were most of them weren't proficient. Um, and the scenarios that were available then, well, first of all, I think there were too many scenarios. There were too many options, and the scenarios, with a few exceptions, that they weren't as targeted as they might have been in terms of helping to both identify deficiencies and work on proficiency.
Oh, that's
So,
interesting.
so
Identifying
yeah,
deficiencies
yeah,
could be a role for the program.
I really think so. And you know, for I mean, even the what I call the buttonology or the knobology is one of the of an instrument like the G1000. And we've all seen pilots that are sort of bewildered by the G1000. And you know, at a base level, you can use the simulator to teach this. They're much more efficient to teach that kind of thing in the simulator than it is to teach it in the airplane with the Hobbs meter running.